Hey there, you guys. Welcome back. Today, it seems like this is never ending. Oh my goodness. We have more Amaryllis to plant. I was checking down here the other day and noticed that the Amaryllis are spiking like crazy. This one's a really fun one. This is called La Paz. It is a cybister. Just a second. I'll get the tag. As prepared as I always think I am for these things, I'm never prepared. So, I don't know whether you can see... Oh, alright. So, maybe I'll Google a picture of it. It is... Let me see, will it... Anyway, it's more of an orchidy kind of look. It's got a thinner petal, very spider-like. Really cool. So, that's what the cybister type of Amaryllis look like. And again, I'll probably find a photo of it down below and show you. And so I've got the cybister. I've got this one. This is Scarlet Baby. This one is a beautiful size bulb. I don't remember whether I bought it last year. I don't remember. But this, I absolutely loved the flower last year. I think I did buy it last year. The flower had a short stalk. I think the stalk was maybe 12 inches tall, maybe 14 inches tall. And it had smaller, very vibrant red blooms. Really beautiful. So that one's ready to go. It's a really healthy size bulb, and we got a baby bulb starting off the side. So we're going to plant this one up. We're going to plant the cybister, the La Paz, and I've also got some Black Magic. I wasn't expecting these ones to bloom this year. Will this, there we go. It'll come into focus, hopefully. It's got a flower bud that started. I have two bulbs and a couple of babies of this variety, but only the one has a flower spike on it. The bulbs themselves are getting quite small, and I'm like I said in previous videos, I'm gonna plant these all outside in the garden plot so that they can be in the ground and let the roots go as they may and produce a lot of or gather a lot of food and hopefully size up the bulbs a lot faster than being in a pot. So I will keep you posted on how that works. I know that many of you grow them in the ground, but here in my cold climate, it's only 4 months that it's out. I never really thought to put them in the ground. So anyway, I've got some pots. Actually, I'll bring you down closer. I've got some pots that we're going to use, and everything's ready to go. I got the soil beside me. This should be just a couple of minutes, and thought I'd bring you along. Okay, so I've got 3 different pots here. I'm going to plant the Scarlet Baby in this nice round pot. I'm going to plant all of these black pearls. I can't believe how small these bulbs have gotten over time. They were probably at least this big when I originally got them a few years back. And that's why it's very important to give them enough time to recharge themselves so that they don't keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and eventually just die. So yeah, I'm going to use them in this pot, and the La Paz, I'm going to put it in this pot. So again, this is curving right now, but if we position it, say the window's in this direction, it'll slowly start to move its way that way. We're also going to put some stakes into these so that eventually, as they grow up, we can tie them to the stake. Yeah, let's get started. Oh, and I've also got some sphagnum moss that we're going to decorate the top of the pot with. So I've got the soil right here. This is an all-purpose soil. You can't see it. Well, you can see the container. Just an all-purpose soil that I've added some perlite to. I'm actually going to add a little bit of paper towel to the bottom to stop any soil from exiting the pot. Just going to fill it up here almost to the top. I'm going to leave a couple of inches. Leaving a couple of inches from the top of the soil. Or sorry, from the top of the pot, and then I'm going to take my bulb, just going to nestle it in there, just giving it some firm contact with the soil, and I'm just going to stick the babies in there as well. And now, sorry for the arms in the way, just going to decorate the top of the soil with some moss, and then I will water them in lightly. As you know, I usually use a pre-moistened media because I don't want to water these too much while they're dormant. but I forgot this time, so it's not pre-moistened. That's alright, that's alright. You just need to monitor the water levels that you use. You don't want to use too much while they're dormant because they will rot. Most bulbs are like that. If they're not growing, they don't want to be watered. So this is black pearl. I'm going to put the tag in for black pearl. And then I've got some bamboo poles here. Where did I put my pruners? Just off camera here. Going to cut this bamboo pole in half. I'm just going to stick them in here before the plant gets big. And it doesn't let me do it. And then as the plant grows, I can tie the flower spike to the poles. So that one's done. I'll put it out of the way. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Grab a little bit of paper towel, put it in the bottom. You can use coffee filters, whatever. Just grab some more of this soil. Same thing, we're going to fill it almost to the top, leaving about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. You can do a little divot in the soil if you'd like with your fingers. And you want to leave the crown part of the bulb exposed. You don't want to bury them too deeply. And we've got a little baby one in here of this as well. Again, this is La Paz. I'm just going to take a little bit of sphagnum moss and decorate the top of the pot with this. This also holds in a little bit of the moisture. You don't want to get this stuff too wet because it will start to rot things out. Just at your own discretion. So there we go. That is ready to go. If you had some of the decorative sheet moss, you could do that too. That would look really pretty. Oh, and I want to do a spike for this one as well. I'm just going to sit this in here off to the side, and then as it straightens up, I will attach it with some Velcro twist tie sort of things. So move that off to the side, and where did the tag go for that? Just going to rest this tag in the pot. It's all broken. Time does that to these tags. This one here doesn't have any drainage, so I'm not going to put the paper towel in the bottom. This one I'll really have to monitor the watering, because if it sits in water, if the water is still at the bottom, then that can be a big issue. So I'm just going to take some soil and fill it up the same way. Here we go. Because it's not going to be in this for the full season, it's just until it blooms, and then in the springtime I'm going to move it out to the garden. I'm not going to worry about putting any stones in the bottom. If it was going to stay in this pot for the whole season and grow out and be placed outside in the same pot, I would put a drainage hole in the bottom, and I also would probably line it with some stones. So we're just going to place the bulb firmly in the pot there, like all the others. I'm sure you're noticing a theme. We're just going to stick that stake in there. Going to grab a little bit of moss just to jazz it up a little bit. You can even use decorative gravel. You can just use your imagination. Aquarium gravel is really, really pretty, all different colors. Use it to play off the color of your flowers. That would be really nice. With a nice red flower, maybe you could do a nice red stone, or maybe you could do a white stone to really contrast, or a black stone. Black would be really pretty with a deep red. So anyway, this is planting up some more Amaryllis. I've got, I think, 3 more bags of Amaryllis that are still waiting to start showing signs of life. So these are the next ones to hopefully bloom in my home, and I'll keep you posted. I'll show you some photos as they progress. Happy growing, everyone. A Phalaenopsis. So this one here is a monopodial orchid, and it's from Taiwan. It's a really, really interesting one. It's a miniature, and the leaves get to be about 1.5 inches long.